Hey everybody, I'm Art from the A to Z Show, and today we're going to be talking about the Oscar nominations of 2016, which deal with the 2015 films. But not only do I want to give my thoughts on the nominations, how the president still can't say names correctly, but most importantly, I want this to be my submission for the We Love the Oscars bet. And in case you don't know what that bet is, well, head on over to the RAMSTER channel where he's going to be putting up a video where this is the second annual bet where a bunch of YouTubers come together who are reviewers and look at the upcoming nominations for the Oscars, and the person who can predict the most right not only gets a nice prize, but gets bragging rights. So I'm going to give you a rundown on all of the categories, give you my thoughts, but most importantly, show you that every category matters, especially the ones that we always go to, the ones that are the most important, and that is the sound editing and sound mixing. Now, this is the sound editing. Those are the categories right there as you see them, but we also have sound mixing, which is those right there. And while I was going to pick one and one, I think Mad Max is going to take both of these sound editing, sound mixing categories. In terms of visual effects, these are the bad boys that we have right here. All of them, used either visual effects subtly or just were all up in your face, but I do think that the one award Star Wars is going to get is going to be this one. For Best Production Design, I kind of chuckled at the fact that The Revenant got nominated. Yes, they do have production designers, but really, they just went out, in the wilderness, and I don't know if they're claiming the wilderness as their production design that they created, but if there's one thing that I would say as the first snub, if I'm being a cinema snob right here, is I really was hoping that Guillermo del Toro would get a nomination here because the dude created a house and then destroyed it so it can get the look that he wanted for Crimson Peak, but no, they didn't give it to him. So while I think Mad Max might take this one, my pick is actually going to be for Bridge of Spies, because when the spies go on that bridge, the production is pretty well done. As for the category with the most nominations in it, Best Makeup and Hairstyling, we only have 3, but I'm gonna go for The Revenant. I laughed at Mad Max because most of them don't have hair, but they do have good makeup, but nothing beats the makeup artists who had to be out in the wilderness in the cold and really helped out on that scene where Leo DiCaprio drinks some water. It's disgusting. Next up, we had Best Costume Design, and sure, while the Danish Girl had Eddie Redmayne trying on a bunch of costumes, I am gonna have to give it to Carol because I think they were the best. In terms of film editing, the only one that I had a problem with was The Big Short. I know a lot of people look at it and say, yeah, it was an artistic choice that they took. I see it as if they could have gotten a YouTuber like Soflo Antonio to edit this thing because it was just all over the place. My pick, however, goes to Mad Max Fury Road, which there are a bunch of videos out there showing you how impressive the editing techniques were to make sure that you were always watching the action. As for the short films that I'm pretty sure we all watched, for the live action one, I'm going for Ave Maria, I believe is what it's called. For Best Documentary Short, I'm going for Body Team 12, only because it sounds a lot like Short Term 12. And for Best Animated Short Film, definitely I'm going for World of Tomorrow. It's on Netflix, and this is the category where I actually saw a lot of the shorts, and I can definitely say that World of Tomorrow is the best one out of all of them. In terms of Best Original Song, it's very clear that one was missing, and that is See You Again from Furious 7. Why they omitted it, I have no idea. But I know it's going to go to Writings on the Wall, and that is my pick. But really, from what they had there, I think that the Lady Gaga one is the best from The Hunting Grounds. But I'm pretty sure it's going to go to Writings on the Wall, which it shouldn't, but Writings on the Wall. For Best Original Score, I am completely upset that Mad Max Fury Road did not get anything. I have absolutely no idea why. Some people said that it was because it took samples from 2 other songs, but yeah, so did Star Wars The Force Awakens, since that's been taking things from the 70s. It's the same score over again with just very few ones. That got nominated, and then as you know, Ennio Morricone took a lot of his unused things from the thing to put it here. I think it's going to be Ennio Morricone. The one I am rooting for is Johan Johansson for The Beast in Sicario, but I'm pretty sure they're going to go that route of, hey, Ennio's never gotten one, so we're going to give it to him. Also, I know it didn't get nominated, but listen to Creed's soundtrack in score. It's phenomenal. For Best Documentary, I was hoping that they would go for Going Clear, but I know that one had a lot of controversy, which is why I think they chickened out. That didn't get nominated, but I know it's going to come down between Amy and Cartel, and I believe that it will be going to Amy. In terms of cinematography, the Chivo for The Revenant. For Best Animated Feature Film, I personally would have switched out the Peanuts movie to get a nomination in there with The Boy of Tomorrow, whatever that one was called. But I'm pretty sure we all know it's going to be Inside Out. Reason being, Inside Out also got nominated for a Screenplay Award, which Ana Melissa didn't, and I'm pretty sure none of the other ones are going to get it. So if it's strong enough to be able to get a Screenplay Award, it should be strong enough to be the best animation. Speaking of best screenplays, I don't think it's going to go to Inside Out. I believe it's going to go to Spotlight. And why Spotlight? because they didn't give Tarantino one, and they also didn't give one to Sorkin. How does that happen? For adapted, I believe it's going to be between Room or The Big Short, but I'm going for Room because of how detailed it was able to be, and especially having the author come back and do the screenplay for the movie as well. But then you also have The Big Short, which is able to take a very complicated subject and make it entertaining. But like I said, I'm still gonna go for Room. For Best Foreign Language Film, I am upset that films like Phoenix didn't get nominated, and I know that many of the foreign films that I saw this year were eligible last year, but they didn't get to go all the way through, so I'm pretty sure it's going to be Son of Saul. As we get to the major acting awards, we start off with Best Female in a Supporting Role, and I hands down have been rooting for Kate Winslet. My dream is that Kate Winslet and Michael Fassbender win, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be Kate Winslet and her other counterpart, but definitely Kate Winslet for Best Supporting Actress, even though I also believe that Alicia Vikander did the best job in The Danish Girl. She should have been the only one nominated for that movie because she was the Danish Girl. But looking at the Best Supporting Actor role, I am happy to say that I'm fully rooting for Sylvester Stallone. I think he's going to win it. Is it really the best one of the year? I don't think so, but I'm pretty sure he's going to win it. They're going to play the Rocky music, he's going to go up the stairs, and we're all going to be happy. For Best Actress, I hands down believe it's going to be Brie Larson. She did the best job in Room, and if you haven't seen Room, you definitely need to go out and watch it. Maybe Cate Blanchett might sneak in there, but I am really hoping that it goes to Brie Larson. In terms of Best Actor, like I said, I would love Michael Fassbender to win because I think he did the best performance of 2015 in Steve Jobs, but I see it very similarly to what happened last year, and where you have another Birdman theory of everything situation, and where one is all dialogue, is there with these very long takes, and then the other one is more of a physical performance with not that many lines. I believe it's gonna happen again, and where it's not gonna go to Michael Fassbender, who had the more wordy dialogue. It's going to go for the more physical performance, and he's finally gonna get it, Leo DiCaprio for The Revenant. Now, reflecting back on these categories right here, I know a lot of people have been saying snubs for some actors, but I love how many people automatically play the race card or the female card and stuff like that. And yes, I agree, if they are worthy of being nominated, they should. I mean, I would have said Jacob Tremblay. If Quavanzane Wallace got nominated way back in the day, then he should have as well, because that was his movie. Some people have been playing the card and saying, yo, well, what about Will Smith or Michael B. Jordan? How come they didn't get nominated? But in reality, if you look at it, were they going to win, or did you just want them to get a pity nomination? I personally don't think Will Smith or Michael B. Jordan, and I loved Creed as one of my favorite of the years, deserve to be nominated, but I do see it being justified, the snub, for people such as Idris Elba or Abraham Adda, who I think gave an even better performance than Jacob Tremblay did in Room. But if we're being honest, nothing's a bigger snub than Sorkin being booted. But now we come down to the final two, and that is Best Director and Best Picture. Last year, I was hoping that they were going to do Boyhood, or we had Birdman, one of them getting directing, the other one getting Best Picture. Alejandro got very greedy and he took both, so I'm wondering what's going to happen this year. Maybe Alejandro's going to take both as well. I am thinking that it's going to go this way, or it can go the other, but my hopes is that Best Director goes to Alejandro Innaritu, and Best Picture goes to Mad Max Fury Road. It'll make the Brit happy. I think it'll make it for an incredible award ceremony, going to the movie that we wouldn't expect it to go, but we shall see what comes about. However, those are my picks for the Oscars. I am definitely curious to know your thoughts, who you're going for, who you thought was snubbed, who you wish to see, and pretty much who you would vote if you had your own Academy Awards. We can discuss anything dealing with movies. Definitely go check out, again, the RAMSTER, where he's going to be putting up his submission video and telling people how to enter and stuff like that. Check out everybody else's. Root for me, because I'm going to get most of them right, or if I don't, we'll just forget that I made this video. But nonetheless, definitely let me know your thoughts down below on who you think will win, what movies you're looking forward to now that they've been nominated that perhaps you haven't seen, and anything else dealing with movies. And until next time, I'll be seeing you guys later.